Hey, what's up, man? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. All right, this video is all about eliminating those love handles. So no more love handles. I'm gonna give you some no nonsense tips. All right, that being said, I want to start by saying this isn't about spot reducing your love handles. I'm gonna get that out of the way first because I know I'm gonna get killed with comments if I don't say that. All right, although there is some new evidence or some new studies, a lot of things that show we can target specific areas slightly. So it's better than what we were told years ago. Again, I've been doing this over 30 years, so I've been in this game a long time. I've seen it all, read it all. That being said, the very first thing you really do need to focus on is getting that nutrition cleaned up. Eliminate the crap, eliminate the processed foods, eliminate the alcohol, eliminate all the empty calories, all right? If your goal is to get rid of this crap, that's the last thing that's gonna come off, unfortunately for us older men. You can lose leg fat, you can lose chest fat, arm fat, you can lose a little upper belly fat, but once you start getting into the spare tire, the love handles, for a lot of men, unfortunately, that's one of the last places it's going to come off. Unless you're one of the lucky dudes. Some guys carry more in certain areas and the first place it comes off is the sides, the lower back, the lower abs, all of those areas down here. For you, that may be the first place it comes off. If that's you, congratulations, man, that's great. You're not the norm, unfortunately. All right, so calories. You're cleaning up all the crappy eating, you're replacing all that with good eating habits, and then create a caloric deficit. Basically, if your body burns 2,500 calories throughout the day just to maintain your current body weight while you're sitting on your butt watching movies or whatever you're doing being sedentary, then create a deficit. So instead of feeding your body 2,500 calories, feed it 2,200 calories. So that's a start. So you're already in that 300 calorie deficit. So you're already on your way to burning some fat. Next thing you want to do is some full body training. All right, here's the thing. Do some compound lifts. You want to make sure you're lifting weights. However, set it up as giant sets. So for instance, if you're going to be doing workouts 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Saturday, something like that, get some compound lifts, some squats, some deadlifts, some pull-ups, some bench presses, all of those types of good big movement lifts, all right? The multi-joint lifts, the compound lifts. Do those in a circuit. Basically do 8 to 12 reps of each. So basically, let's say we're starting with squats. 8 to 12 squats. This can all be light. It doesn't have to be super heavy. If you're working out at home, you have bands, you can do these with bands, all right? So you can do squats with bands, you can do deadlifts with bands. Step on the bands, grab the edge of the bands, and you can do it. Add whatever resistance you need on the bands by stepping wider on the bands. The wider you step, the more resistance you're gonna be creating. So if you have dumbbells, use dumbbells. If you have bands, use bands. If you have access to a gym, use the gym. But you can do this wherever you are. So do some mini circuits. So 4 or 5 exercises, compound exercises. Do them all back to back to back to back with no rest. Then at the end of that compound set, rest 60 seconds and then do it again, man. The thing with that is you're burning a ton of calories. So you've already created a caloric deficit by eliminating 300 calories of food. Now you're burning 400 or 500 calories by doing these giant sets. So that's a larger deficit, all right? But if you're gonna be doing that, make sure you're prioritizing protein. You wanna make sure you're feeding your muscle. That's the other thing. So you're burning a ton of fat, you're eliminating some calories, you're burning a lot of calories, but also feed that muscle and feed it often. Here's the thing, feed it every 3 hours. So feed your muscle every 3 hours. So basically 30 grams to 40 grams of protein. 30 grams to 40 grams of protein every 3 hours because protein is a high thermic food. Meaning when you eat the protein, your metabolism is gonna get raised. It's gonna burn calories to break down and digest the protein and to assimilate all the nutrients within that protein. So you've got 3 macronutrients, your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. Protein is the highest thermic effect. has the highest thermic effect. So every time you consume protein, you're burning more calories, so you're burning more fat. So you're doing all of these cool little things to burn more fat. You're cleaning up your diet, you're creating a caloric intake, you're burning more calories through your little mini circuits that you're creating, and you're burning calories when you're eating more protein. So do all of those things, all right? That's gonna make a big difference. And then also, lastly, the things I want to focus on with these ab workouts you're gonna be doing is throw in a metabolic exercise in between every ab exercise. Okay, so the exercises I'm gonna give you are some rotational exercises. You're gonna do some rotational things to work those internal and external obliques. Love handles are down here. Again, I know you can't spot reduce completely, all right? You can place more emphasis on this area by drawing more blood to the areas. That's where the new studies are. The new studies show if you draw blood to a specific area and you burn calories within that area, meaning you're gonna be doing metabolic stuff within that same area, then you can potentially burn a few more calories, so a few more fat storages, fat deposits in that spot. So basically, I don't wanna get too scientific, but it's potentially possible. So we're gonna do everything we can to maximize fat burn in that area. So the first exercise you're gonna be doing is a Russian twist. All right, first thing with the Russian twist, you'll notice leaning back. By leaning back, you're activating your abs, you're creating tension in your abs. Two ways to do this. If you're a beginner, keep your feet flat. Keep your feet flat, lean back, and then rotate from side to side. No weight if you're a beginner, or add resistance if you are more advanced. Okay, you can grab a medicine ball, a dumbbell, a weight plate, anything for resistance. If that's too easy for you, then also get your heels off the ground. Get your heels off the ground when you're doing the Russian twist. Leaning back, bringing your heels off the ground is activating your entire rectus abdominis. Then you're getting those rotational movements in. You're working your internal and external obliques and your transverse abdominis. So a great exercise. All right, as soon as you finish that, you're gonna be shooting for about 15 to 20 reps. Each side, left, right is 1, left, right is 2. So that's how you should be counting with your cadence. As soon as you finish the Russian twist, go straight into your side to side mountain climbers. Side to side, once again, another rotational movement. This is also burning calories though. This is one of your metabolic exercises. You're moving quickly, you're rotating at the same time, doing your rotational stuff at the same time, working those obliques, you're working your transverse abdominis, you're working your entire core when you're doing a side-to-side mountain climber. So you're doing this right after you've done your Russian twist. So you're creating even more tension in those abs, on those love handles in that area, all those lower obliques, upper obliques. So you're getting great work here. All right. From there, you're gonna go into a side elbow plank with a hip dip. Again, concentrating on those obliques, man. We're trying to eliminate those love handles. So you're gonna wanna do your 15 reps. Really focus on contracting at the top of each dip. You'll notice you're gonna dip. Dipping is stretching your obliques, and then you're crunching back to the top. That is the contraction. So you can keep your hand on your oblique to really feel it tightening up. So do that, make sure you're squeezing every single time, and then you're gonna alternate sides. You're gonna do 15 reps on one side, and then flip over, do 15 on the other side. Again, side elbow plank with hip dip. As soon as you finish your 15 reps of each side, now you're gonna get into a fun exercise. This is a frogger. So you're driving those knees up to your chest, and then outside of your shoulders. So kick back out, up and out again, if that makes sense. You'll notice I'm kicking my feet back out. You are in a plank position and you're driving your knees up and out at the same time. That's contracting your entire abdominal wall, okay? You're contracting those abdominals and you're working those obliques at the same time. You're doing both. This is a great overall core exercise. So you're going to do those as soon as you finish with the froggers. Now it's back into another plank again. This time you're doing a standard elbow plank. So standard elbow plank, but you're including a hip rotation with this. Another rotational movement. More oblique work, more love handle work. So we're getting rid of the love handles. We're driving a ton of blood, man, to the love handles and creating a ton of tension in the muscle there. So the goal is drive as much blood, as much tension, get as many contractions to those love handles. And by doing this with the nutrition, with the burning of the calories, with the creating caloric deficits, then you should be eliminating those love handles quickly. All right, last exercise though, after the elbow planks with the hip rotations, plank jacks. So again, a lot of planks. This is plank heavy. So the thing with the planks is it's really targeting the transverse abdominis, which is a great muscle. You cannot see it, but it's extremely important for all of your lifts. So basically when you're in this plank position, I want you to focus on doing a vacuum, getting that belly button and sucking it back to the spine. That's the mental image you're trying to create. That's what you're trying to do. Exhale forcefully and suck that abdominal wall in. Again, imagine that belly button and you're sucking it back through your spine. That's a vacuum. You're doing that vacuum while you're doing these plank jacks. So you're kicking out, back in, out, back in. So again, another metabolic exercise. All right, that's how you're gonna set this up. You're gonna wanna do all of these. At the end of your plank jacks, you're gonna rest about 60 seconds. Man, you're gonna do it again. Do it a second time, rest about 60 seconds, do it a third time. So the goal with this is 3 sets. If you can do 3 sets, great job. Do that 2 times a week. 2 times a week to these other metabolic workouts you're gonna be doing. Because again, you're doing these giant set workouts using compound exercises. That's more metabolic training. So you're doing a lot of stuff to really elevate your metabolism. Doing the metabolism elevation, doing the caloric deficits, doing the calorie burns, everything you're doing with this workout, with these tips, is designed to destroy body fat quickly. So get this stuff implemented, man. Get it started tomorrow. Write it down and get to the gym or do it at home. That's the cool thing about this one. You don't have to go to a gym. You can do it at home. You can do it at a park. You can do it even if you're freaking at work, man. If you're at work, you got a lunch break, you have an office or something, or you got a back room you can go to, just get down and get it done. It doesn't take long. And if you're crunched for time, then go 1 set. Just do 1 set of everything. You don't always have to go all out and max it out. If you have time and if you are physically fit enough to do 3 sets, 4 sets, even up to 5 sets, then do that. However, go at your own pace. Don't injure yourself. Do what you can, but push yourself. Go above and beyond what you think you can do as long as you're not injuring yourself. So do everything with complete control. That being said, man, if you have any questions about any of these exercises, or if for some reason one of these is difficult for you to do, comment below, let me know. We can give you a substitution for one of these, all right? You wanna make sure you do most of these because they are specific. I've got them specific in this order and they're designed to knock that love handle section down and out, man. Other than that, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Share it with some buddies, share it with some of your family members, and put this to use.